Snow brushed the sidewalks of Duluth, Minnesota on Christmas Eve, and the small lakeside diner glowed warm against the cold. Inside, the smell of coffee and cinnamon rolls mixed with quiet carols from a dusty radio. Emma, a young waitress with tired eyes and a gentle smile, wiped the counter as the last rush faded. If this opening pulled at your heart, take a second to subscribe, and stay stories like this remind us why kindness still matters. Emma worked doubles all December to keep the lights on in her tiny apartment. Tips were thin, but she never let it show. She greeted each guest as if they were family, refilling mugs before they asked, and listening longer than her job required. Outside, the snow fell heavier, and most people hurried home to warm dinners and wrapped gifts. Just before closing, the door chimed. An elderly couple stepped in, coats worn and hands trembling from the cold. The woman leaned on the man's arm, her scarf frayed at the edges. They hesitated, eyes scanning the menu prices posted above the counter. Emma noticed the way they stood back, as if afraid to take up space. "Good evening," Emma said softly, guiding them to a booth near the heater. "You're just in time to warm up." The man smiled with relief. "Thank you, dear," he replied, voice thin but kind. They ordered a single bowl of soup to share and asked for extra water. Emma nodded and walked away, already planning more. In the kitchen, the cook shook his head. "They'll barely tip," he muttered. Emma shrugged. "It's Christmas Eve," she said. "I've got it." She poured 2 full bowls of soup, added fresh bread, and slipped a slice of pie onto the tray. When the cook raised an eyebrow, she smiled. "On me." At the table, the woman's eyes widened. "We didn't order all this," she said. Emma set the plates down anyway. "Tonight, everyone eats," she replied. The couple shared a look. Then the man whispered, "Bless you." They ate slowly, savoring each bite, hands steadying as warmth returned. Other customers watched quietly. One man left early, dropping a larger tip than usual. Snow pressed against the windows as the diner settled into a peaceful hush. Emma refilled the couple's cups and chatted about the lake freezing over and the town's old lighthouse. The woman laughed, a bright sound that surprised even her. When the check came, Emma placed it face down. "Merry Christmas," she said. "Dinner's covered." The woman's eyes filled with tears. "We can't accept that," she protested. The man reached for Emma's hand. "Your kindness is payment enough," he said. Emma squeezed back, heart full. As the couple stood to leave, the man slipped something under the plate, unseen. "Thank you for seeing us," he said. The door chimed again, and they disappeared into the snow, leaving the booth warm and quiet. Emma cleared the table, humming along with the radio. When she lifted the plate, she paused. Beneath it lay a folded note and a business card embossed in gold. Her breath caught as she unfolded the paper and read the first line, unsure what it meant, unaware of how much her life was about to change. Emma unfolded the note with careful fingers, the gold card heavy in her palm. The handwriting was neat and steady. "Thank you for feeding us when you didn't have to. Please call me tomorrow." Below the message was a name she recognized from local headlines: Henry Calloway, chairman of a national logistics company, headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. Her knees went weak, and she sat down hard in the booth. She stared at the card, certain it had to be a mistake. The elderly man had worn a patched coat and scuffed shoes. The woman's scarf had holes, yet the name was real. Emma finished her shift in a daze, snow crunching under her boots as she walked home, the lake wind biting her cheeks. She tucked the card into her pocket like it might vanish if she looked away. On Christmas morning, she called. The voice that answered was the same thin but warm. "Emma," Henry said, as if he'd known her all his life. He explained gently that he and his wife Margaret traveled quietly each year, donating in secret and testing their hearts. Wealth had come early. Humility took work. "You passed without trying," he said. "That matters." They met the next week at a sunlit cafe near Lake Superior. Margaret held Emma's hands and thanked her again. Henry spoke plainly. He wanted to fund a community kitchen by the harbor, one that paid fair wages and trained young workers. "We'd like you to run it," he said. Emma protested. She was just a waitress. Margaret smiled. "You're exactly who it needs." The kitchen opened in spring. Emma hired neighbors, sourced from local farms, and kept a chalkboard that read, "If you're hungry, you're welcome." Henry and Margaret visited often, always dressed simply, washing dishes beside the staff. The town noticed. Donations followed, and volunteers. The lake thawed, and with it, Emma's doubts. On a snowy anniversary of that Christmas Eve, the diner owner stopped by with a grin and a check. "Your kindness paid forward," he said. Emma hung the gold card behind the counter of the kitchen not as a trophy, but a reminder. She served soup, listened to stories, and learned names. Some nights were hard. Most were worth it. When asked how it all began, Emma would shrug. "We shared a meal," she'd say. And in Duluth, beneath winter lights and summer sun, people learned that the richest gifts are warmth, dignity, and a seat at the table, things no amount of money can buy.